traps. I want to see the traps. Oh yeah. And now you trapped yourself. The vest,
No.
the vest to your left.
Good call.
Damn, I'm dead. I missed my shots.
Aim for the ass. Well done, well done.
Oh my god.
Slide. Oh, well done, well done. Again. Well done.
The traps. Too much.
Yeah.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I think my mic is a little far away. Yeah, I was thinking about how to approach this video. Should we do like a gameplay and post commentary? I figured that might be a little off-brand, you know, a little boring. So we might do it the candy way, the candy style of approaching this video. I'm gonna play a few games here and just talk about my thoughts about Apex Legends. Is it in trouble? What do I think about it? You know, there's been a lot of debate, a lot of controversy, quite a bit of outcry about the state of Apex Legends right now, and I figured I'd weigh in on it. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, right? Apex Legends was stupidly popular at release. I remember Respawn, or maybe it was EA, kind of bragging out. Was it bragging? I don't know. Touting that they had 50 million players, you know, registered to Apex Legends and stuff. And at the time, I thought it was great news, but I also had this other like inkling feeling, you know, like I don't know. Maybe it's more of a philosophical standpoint, but I always feel like things that like shoot up and spike in popularity usually come crashing down. I don't want to say Apex is dead. If you guys want to know a dead game, Lawbreakers. See, Lawbreakers is dead. Apex Legends is not dead. But I think the biggest concern from a lot of people is content updates. You know, there's not really a lot of content updates. It's about, let's say, the game released in early February, right? I want to say it was like the first week of February or something. And you know, we're in kind of 3 months in, and besides Octane and a lackluster battle pass, we haven't really gotten that much in terms of content. You can even see that a lot of people in these types of videos, they do reference the Twitch numbers as well. They're like, oh my god, well, Apex used to have 200,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch. Now it only has, I don't know, was it 20,000? Probably a tenth of that, you know, which obviously isn't great. But I don't think that's the entire story. You know, just because there's less big streamers playing the game doesn't mean it's necessarily dead. Though it is kind of funny though that in recent times, Respawn isn't really talking about how many players are coming on board the Apex train anymore. You know. This is not good. That's pretty decent. I think we were all kind of hoping that the Battle Pass, when it came out, would kind of like save the day in a way, right? It would be like all the new content, the Battle Pass, but it was kind of disappointing, I'll be honest. Okay. I don't know where the last guy is. Here's the guy. There we go. Anyways, yeah, when the Battle Pass came out, I was like, damn, dude. In my heart, I was just like, Respawn, this is it? Because I was expecting like way more new content, right? I was hoping for more stuff than just the skins. And, you know, Respawn has learned their lesson, so to speak. And they promised there'll be more stuff in Season 2. In a recent sort of update or message they gave out to the community, they said like that it kind of heavily implied that there's not going to be any new content until Season 2, which is kind of disappointing. Well, now I gotta save my teammate now. I'm like, they really gotta put out the content soon.
Reloading.
There's one more behind me. And I know Respawn is trying to like kind of contrast them, because there was that report from Epic, or I guess of Epic, about how they make their employees like work overtime and stuff to have a content schedule of like what, an update every week or every other week.
Wouldn't let down range. Tango down. Reloading.
Oh shit, I died. That's really not good. Where was I going with this anyways? I know they're trying to contrast themselves from that, like, hey, we want to have perfect work and life balance, and I get that. I totally get it. I wouldn't want Respawn to like kill themselves to put out content. But I feel like there's gotta be some middle ground, right? I mean, no one's expecting content updates every week from Respawn for Apex. All we really want is just, there's gotta be some in between from like one update every 3-4 months versus an every week kind of thing. This guy is so dead. Nope, he's not dead. He's, what is he doing? And just to be clear, like, as a consumer, personally, I'm very easy to please. But I can, as a content creator, I can kind of see like people kind of losing interest in this game because of the lack of content updates. And I know there can be a whole debate on whether or not, you know, we should just be happy because it's a free-to-play game. But the reality of it is that we live in a different time now. I feel like the expectations for what a game provides, what a dev company provides, has changed drastically. You know. So I feel like the bar has definitely been raised, and a lot of people aren't happy. Some people are happy.
I have been downed. Frag out.
Jesus Christ. Didn't realize I was that much by myself.
Reloading.
So kind of continuing my thought there, do I think Apex is in trouble? Well, to put it lightly, I don't think it's in a good spot, you know? And a lot of this can be remedied by just more content, you know? Bug fixes and stuff. It could be a lot worse, let's put it that way. They could be in a situation where they release content that's just horrible, that's pretty horrible, like design choices that are not great. So the problem of not having enough content is, it's okay. It's not the worst problem. So if any of you guys remember the old what's it called, the roadmap, year one roadmap, I have it pulled up on the screen here. They listed out for every season, right? Season 1, 2, and 3, and 4 that's coming out this year. They were gonna have a new battle pass, new legends, new weapons, new loot. And I thought at the time reading that, great, awesome. We're gonna have, you know, plural new legends, new weapons, and new loot every season. So far we've only gotten Octane for the new legend. I was thinking maybe Octane and like Watson or whoever the next legend is. New weapons. I mean, besides the Havoc, I guess. That's the Havoc, which isn't exactly a fan favorite yet. I mean, the buff did help it, but still. Just one new weapon. So I don't know, man. I just feel like even from the projections they made, we're a little off course with what we're kind of receiving. So Benny, do you think Apex is in
Yes.
trouble? Oh, okay.
It's in trouble.
Really?
Yeah, it is. I'm not joking.
Elaborate.
You mean like the main reasons why it's in trouble?
Yeah.
Recharging shield.
Why you think it's in trouble?
Well, number one, content updates.
Yep.
They're missing.
So
The
how?
community is asking for content updates. Reddit is exploding. The people are really struggling to get these content updates, and they're not providing them. So a big mistake to let the community, to just leave the community with their feelings and their desires, and so
Yeah,
big
so-
mistake there, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe the developer team is too small. I have no clue how they work, but a little bit content update in like
Yeah.
4 weeks, man. Yeah, so that's number one, like content update.
Oh, okay.
But even though there's like no content update, is it so difficult to fix bugs that are in the game for like the very first minute?
What's the biggest bug you think? If you had
I
to
mean,
pick
for
one.
example, when I play the Pathfinder, the bug when I heal and I want to do my ultimate after the healing, and even though I'm full HP, there's nothing to be healed. he's still doing the heal
That's a bug?
animation and cancels. Yeah, it cancels
Huh.
the ultimates, and Pathfinders will know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
really bugged. Yeah, but talking about bugs, we
Okay.
forgot to mention the ultimate abuse from Wraith, for example.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm surprised that's still there. I made a video about it months ago. But to me, I don't know, the bugs aren't, I hate to say it like this, but I feel like the bugs are not as big of a deal as,
Yes, they are for Gibraltar and Cosmo. If you get damage that is bypassing the shields,
oh yeah, that's a big bug.
yeah, that's a big bug.
Gas trap deployed.
Or the visual bug when you use the
That's
Epic
fucked.
Habit skin.
Oh yeah, that's a big bug too. Alright, you're right.
A match like this.
There's a few big ones. There's a few big ones. So boom.
That
Would
looks
you say Apex Legends is in trouble? Or if it's
Dude,
dying?
I don't think it's in trouble at all.
You don't think it's in trouble at all?
I could see why people would think so, because I think people are really demanding
Really?
of like the it game right now.
Huh.
There's a very funny Reddit post that I saw today, and it was like the state of this sub.
I think I saw
it
that.
Was, yeah, it was one post where it was like, you know, admonishing people for saying that a game is dead if like there's not constant updates,
Mm-hmm.
and like people are, I don't know, expecting too much. And the other one was like, it's been 3 weeks, or EA, what are you doing?
So since it's been released, Apex has put out Octane and the kind of, I guess, debatably weak Battle Pass. Like, were you kind of expecting more? I mean, like, I feel like this day and age, people kind of expect more, whether that's good or bad.
Yeah, I would have expected them to have, I guess, a better Battle Pass lined up, because that just seems like the next obvious way to monetize. So like, obviously they were going to do one, so why was the content so surface level?
What do you think, Jacob? Is Apex a dead game? Or
I
dying?
don't think so. I think a lot of it is a matter of, like, some of the people talked about how, like, oh, there's like so many people less watching and streaming the game now.
Yeah.
But, like, you have to take into account the fact that it was a new
Sponsored.
game.
And it was sponsored. A lot of that initial stuff was
60.
Yeah, so it's like you have some people who are dropping it because they don't want to play anymore, and some people who, you know, generally just play stuff that's flavor of the month anyways. So now that it's not as much of a flavor of the month thing anymore, they've moved on.
True.
So I think it more makes a difference of how it goes for the next while, and if they get kind of their schedule down. If they don't, then they'll be in trouble. But
Yeah.
for now, I would say they give them time.
But I guess from my perspective, like, I agree with you, but I also worry that, like, most people will just move on by the time
Yeah,
they get
time
their
is
shit.
not something they have the luxury of.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of
It's
people
not.
will just move on to the next thing if they don't establish themselves soon.
Say they do, I think, need to have more frequent updates, at least for small stuff. Like, I wouldn't mind if content big updates were like a couple times a season, as long as more of the bug fix patching type of updates were like every couple of weeks or so, even if they're just, you know, a couple of small tweaks here and there. We might want to go over there first. I feel like the people up top aren't going to want to come down,
No.
For some reason, my sound is bugged.
so we can deal with whatever this other squad is, maybe. Oh, they just revived
Sounds
again.
back.
It's in the
They're coming. They're coming.
Down Bangalore. Watching down the line, I don't see anybody.
There was a robot. That
He has a
Yeah.
name, you know.
There was a dirty robot. Although the official category of this game is like Battle Royale,
Yeah.
I would say that it's almost in more of a super category that would
A
include,
super category.
yeah, that I think is like a little bit new, because video games are so accessible of, I don't know, being that like BR flavor of the month type thing. So if it's not growing, it's dying. It almost has to have the philosophy of like a tech company, you know,
Yeah, like a tech startup.
where like
Gotta explode now.
it's just simply not good enough and will eventually be forgotten by the players and the developers, I imagine, if it's not like just an absolute money machine.
Ah,
you
yeah.
know?
Well, they
And you need to have kids in order to do that. And that's
the
I
kids.
remember talking about PUBG versus Fortnite.
Oh,
way
oh,
back in the day.
demographic.
You made that video and I was like, Dude, Fortnite will always be king because
They have more
it's
kids.
free and it's just cool to 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
As much as it hurts to admit.
I think I did read a thing where Respawn said they're making a mobile version of this game. I don't necessarily mind that happening. I just hope it doesn't take away resources from like the base PC console experience, you know?
Do you want to zip up here?
I mean, is PUBG Mobile even a thing outside of like
Zip.
China? I don't even
Dude,
know.
PUBG Mobile, there's like a pro scene for PUBG
Is it
Mobile.
really?
Yes. I'm not sure if PUBG Mobile is big.
Oh, there's people out that way.
Why is my
Knocked in?
audio?
No, I fell.
Grappling.
Why is my audio messed up? Such a weird bug.
Octane down.
Oh, guys zipping up to you.
There's a Pathfinder up here with a Mastiff. He hit me with like one shot, but that was enough. I got it down. There's both squads up there right now. I'm gonna try
You're
and
dead. A bit of an editor's note here, guys. The last game, I know it might cut off abruptly, and if it does, it's because my SSD ran out of hard drive space. But what ended up happening is, it was such an epic moment. It would have been great to end the video on that. But yeah, I ended up killing the second Pathfinder, the last person, and we won the game. Sadly, I couldn't end on the usual epic like finale, you know, in Candy Roost style, but yeah, hard drive, SSD just completely filled up, and the file, I'm gonna try to recover it and put in the video, but if it's not, if you're seeing this part, then that means I failed in my attempts to try to recover the corrupted file. So, yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Is Apex in trouble? Is it dead? Let me know down in the comments on what you guys think. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys around.